Hello and welcome to my review of the Mibyllorr Darkfang Chaos Sorcerer Lord and Familiar models for Slaves to Darkness for Warhammer Age of Sigmar from Games Workshop. Now this is the second item that you can either purchase or pick up for free with your Warhammer Plus subscription. They've changed it from last year, where instead of waiting a whole year to get your miniature, you only have to wait a month, and then they send it to you. You can either pick up this one for free or the Terminator. The thing is, both of these sets of models are fantastic this time, whereas last year wasn't a massive fan of the Orruk, but the Age of Sigmar models, and these are going to look great alongside the new Slaves to Darkness miniatures that are releasing in that army set in the next month or two. It's not long before we have to wait for those guys. I will be looking at the miniatures up close. I'll be going through some size comparisons with other STDs, Slaves to Darkness miniatures, and then we'll be going through the rules for just a normal Sorcerer Lord. They are rules from the second edition, so if you've recently picked this up in 2022, the rules I'll be reading aren't the ones from the box set at the end of 2022. So if you decide to purchase this set of miniatures separately, it will cost you £24, and then the Terminator you can get for free, or vice versa. So let's have a look at the models up close. I think in the unboxing I said she was a sorcerer. I do make mistakes. I see sorcerer and I automatically think it's an actual male, but I could only find out that it was a sorceress by going back and having a look at the article. So that's the place that I could find that. But yeah, that's great that we've got a sorceress. Is this the first sorceress model for Slaves to Darkness? Possibly, I think. But anyway, let's have a look at Mibyllorr? Mibyllorr. I don't know. But yeah, she's a pretty cool model. You've got the horns, you've got this blindfold on, pretty much. Maybe that's a third eye, I don't know. It looks more like a headpiece. You've got this dagger. You've got this hooved leg, and then this kind of furry type claw thing, and this staff, along with, I think that's an iron halo, giving her an invulnerable save. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. But it's pretty cool. Absolute pain to get rid of the mold lines, I'll tell you that. But it just frames the head of the model, and she's standing on this book that has teeth. It's really cool. Reminds me of Harry Potter in a way. So yeah, that's Mibyllorr. Then one of the coolest miniatures of the whole set, probably my favourite, is this Onion Knight. No, this mini knight with this gigantic sword that's taller than himself or herself. I don't know. We just don't know what's going on under that armour right now. But yeah, lots of plates and things, and this massive sword. You can just imagine. I mean, this comes straight out of like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, or like one of those kind of cool little creature things. I think that's pretty good. I like this model. It's one of my favourites. And I just wish they'd sell him separate in different poses, so you could put him on other bases of some of the Slaves to Darkness models. Even give him like a little mount, like a little horse or something. So he can ride like a just miniature version, and put him on the base of the new like Slave to Darkness Knight that's coming out. That looks amazing, by the way. Then you've got this kind of, I don't know, like lizard creature goblin type thing. It's either playing a flute, like a bone flute, or it's actually one of those blowpipes. I don't know, but I think it's more of a musical instrument. Anyway, whatever, is just trumpeting around. Then you've got this cauldron on legs, amazing, with teeth as well. I mean, wow. Even got a little tail. I mean, that's quite handy, isn't it, having a cauldron on legs, you know, because they're quite heavy, and it frees up your hands to do other evil things, I guess. Then you've got this little scroll clerk librarian. I don't know, he's got the hood. He's very, I don't know, is this a bit off the mark, this model? I don't know, but yeah, he's got one of these pointed hoods. Pretty cool. It's another nice little model. Reminds me of like some kind of like little magic wielder magician, probably like Final Fantasy 9 as well. I've forgotten his name, but yeah, that's what this dude reminds me of. Anyway, that's that one as well. And the beauty about these familiars is they can pretty much go with lots of other miniatures in Age of Sigmar. You don't have to have them with Age of Sigmar. You don't have to have them with Slaves of Darkness. I mean, her on her own can be, you know, in a Slaves of Darkness army, and then potentially you could put this one in a Nurgle army, possibly this one in maybe a Lumineth army, I don't know. And the Knight could go into a Slaves of Darkness army, of course. But yeah, I like the familiars are all separate. You do get an extra base, a little 25mm base. I don't know what for, because you do get the 4 familiars, not 5. But, you know, I guess that's spare. Let's go through some size comparisons with some Slaves to Darkness miniatures. Okay, so compared to other Slaves to Darkness miniatures then, we'll go with one of the Varangard right here. Varangard are pretty big Slaves to Darkness minis. I think there's going to be a couple more large models coming for Slaves to Darkness, but yeah, that's where she sort of stands up next to a Varangard. We've also got a normal Chaos Knight, which is like probably half the size. So that's where she stands up next to the Knight. Another Sorcerer. So this is the old Sorcerer that I've been using for a while. She's on the same size base. I think she's kind of got more detail really, and there's a lot more going on. It's a very weird, screaming, horned face. I think it's much more scary and freaky than Mibyllorr. You know, the fact that she's just got this blindfold on, and also he does have a long sword as well, but I do like the staff very much of Mibyllorr, and also I like the fanged book. So yeah, and this sorcerer is all armoured up and things. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's where she stands next to a sorcerer. And then again, you know, nothing stopping you having this sorcerer with this familiar, and this one with hers. Like, yeah, pretty cool. I like that. So, and then this is one of the Chaos Warriors. That's where she stands up next. I mean, obviously the Chaos Warrior's on that bit of a scenic base, but she's a little bit taller just with the icon on the background. But yeah, she's definitely going to stand out with them. And then finally, just for fun, I guess, I've got the Ogroid Myrmidon there. You know, that's what the size of her next to one of those. I hope all those size comparisons have helped with Mibyllorr. I'll just show you some comparisons with the usual 3 models that I like to show. So we've got a normal Space Marine, is a little bit smaller, shorter. We've got a Primaris, which is, yeah, a fair bit taller. Same size bases though. And then we've got Slimarbo, who's pretty tiny now. Wonder if we'll get an updated one of him if he crosses the Rubicon. I don't know. Okay, so this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for Mibyllorr Darkfang, the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Unfortunately, there are no character-specific rules for her, so I'm just going to go through the rules for a Sorcerer Lord. So a Chaos Sorcerer Lord is a leader and will cost you 110 points. Its stat line reads as follows. So move 5 inches, save for 4+, bravery 7, 5 wounds. It's a single model armed with a sorcerer's staff and chaos rune blade. Not quite sure where her rune blade is, unless that's the one sticking out of the book. The Sorcerer's Staff, it's a range 2-inch, 1 attack, 4+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -1, damage D3. It's alright. The rune blade is a range of 1 inch, 2 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, nothing to rend, and a damage of 1. When you select this model to be part of your army, you must give it to one of the following: Mark of Chaos, keywords, Nurgle, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, or Undivided. Abilities, Oracular Visions. In your hero phase, you can pick one friendly mortal Slaves to Darkness unit wholly within 12 inches of this model. If you do so, you can reroll save rolls for attacks that target that unit until your next hero phase. That's pretty awesome. That's one of the main reasons why you'll pick it, to keep her within 12 inches of your Slaves to Darkness models. Magic. This model is a wizard. It can attempt to cast 1 spell in your hero phase and attempt to unbind 1 spell in the enemy hero phase. It knows the Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield, and Demonic Power spells. Check out my other Sorcerer Lord review for all of the spells. Demonic Power. Demonic Power has a casting value of 6. If successfully cast, pick one friendly mortal Slaves to Darkness unit wholly within 18 inches of the caster and visible to them. You can re-roll hit and wound rolls for attacks made by that unit until your next hero phase. So that's fantastic. You know, Chaos Sorcerer Lords are brilliant. You know, you can cast 1 spell, you can unbind 1 spell, you can, within 12 inches, you can re-roll saves for a unit, and also you've got this within 18 inches, you can reroll hit and wound rolls for attacks made by the unit. So a massive, massive buff, these Chaos Sorcerer Lords. Keywords: Chaos, Mortal, Slaves to Darkness, Mark of Chaos, Eye of the Gods, Hero, Wizard, Chaos Sorcerer Lord. So there you go, that is my review of Mibyllorr Darkfang, Chaos Sorcerer Lord for the Slaves to Darkness. What do you guys think? I think she's a nice model, and I really like the familiars. They would make great little statues or objective markers, something like that maybe as well. But please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Archaon protects.